Our chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation, Bob Schieffer, joins us now here in Studio 57. Good morning.
Hey,
this is not the first time there's been controversy about memorials and monuments. How do they solve this thing?
Well, as far as I know, I don't think a memorial has ever been built over the objections of a family. And Susan Eisenhower, David Eisenhower, these are very responsible, good citizens. This is some, not people out trying to get their name in the paper or something like that. So I think that how they feel about it's going to have a great deal to do with it. But, Charlie, ever since they tried to build a mausoleum for George Washington, and the family said, we're not giving you the body, it's already buried, we're not going to dig him up. There have been controversies about these memorials. I mean, and certainly in recent years, the big controversy over the Martin Luther King Memorial, which many people said didn't even look like him, that he looked Chinese because he had a Chinese sculptor, and they truncated some of his quotes.
There was some controversy about the World War II memorial?
Yeah, Franklin Roosevelt's memorial. People said, he should be pictured in a wheelchair, which, well, he was many things, but an advocate for the disabled was not what he was. He didn't want people to know that he couldn't walk. In fact, they wouldn't let photographers take his picture. So there's a lot of this. It happens almost every time.
I mean, Bob, this is a lot of money, a lot of taxpayer money. It's like $140 million, as Chip pointed out, $60 million already allocated. How could this happen, that you could have this whole thing, a memorial, and the family doesn't like it?
Well, I mean, look what happened with the Vietnam Memorial, which is certainly, one of the most moving experiences that you can have when you go there and see just this list of names. Well, don't forget, when it started out, Ross Perot gave him a whole bunch of money, and then he said, well, you got to have a statue of a soldier there, and so he tried to get his money back. It just always seems to happen. It never seems to
I wonder if, in
everybody.
fact, they look at the family as presented with various architects with various options and say, which one do you like, or does someone else do that without consulting the family?
I think there's a lot of, artistic license. I mean, Frank Gehry, who's certainly a leading architect and all of that. But sometimes it seems to me maybe the vision of the artist sometimes the families feel get in the way of the legacy. And I think that's basically what you have here. But I can't imagine that the Congress is going to go forward with this, with the Eisenhower saying, they don't like the idea. They want him pictured as a hero, not as a barefoot boy in Kansas. And that apparently was kind of the look of this in the beginning. But
Bob Schieffer, good to see you. You'll be anchoring Evening News this week. And we haven't seen you in person since you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame, TV Hall of Fame. So congratulations.
I'm very pleased with the statue they're building.
Well,
we'll build you one here at CBS.
Not really.
Thank you, Bob.